I understand when people are like, I love God so much, I'm not going to crank it. It's like,
what?
How are those things related?
You're just hurting yourself. Like, God doesn't want you to be in pain. And like, not cranking is No Nut November 24/7.
But you never really, no, never mind.
No, they must have come up to their eyeballs in there.
Okay,
well, that's what
like that.
Now I know how laundry feels.
That's what the haircuts are for.
So the headband keeps their heads from exploding due to how much semen is just constantly sloshing around.
The funny thing is, that's literally canon.
Yeah, it is.
Oh no. Okay, but is that
wait,
of
real life or of this show?
I am not making that up. It's pretty much like it's a self-control thing, and like you're only supposed to take it off in like
it's a fucking chastity belt.
Pretty much.
Oh.
It keeps you from going hog wild. It's supposed to, like, if you take it off, you're allowed to go buck wild, and you're only allowed to do that in the presence of like your partner or whatever.
And the best part about that, the best part about it is that Wei Wuxian gets this explained to him twice, as far as I'm aware, and forgets it both times and proceeds to make a complete idiot out of himself.
They didn't do it 5 times like the R plus L equals J.
How is he supposed to know?
I mean, that's the magic number.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty much up in the air until you beat it into your viewer's head.
But you can't
beat it, huh?
Because beating it isn't
into your viewer's head.
Oh my god, man! Shit, we cracked the code. Holy shit!
Got him.
Fuck.
Cultivators, welcome to Podcasting is Forbidden in the Cloud Recesses, the only probably podcast about grand Marxist of democratic communization. I'm Roy, aka the brain poisoning hand.
I am Fallon, aka when Revlon the lip gloss was popping in this episode. I don't know if y'all noticed, but I did.
Truly,
it was.
We got some special guest cultivation partners here, folks.
Hello.
It's good.
We're welcoming our friends Alex and Val to the show. Everybody give a dry warm welcome to Alex Val.
Oh, thank you.
What's up, y'all?
Oh, I'm Alex Leaf Crunch, aka Wii U Xian.
Hell
yes. Absolutely.
And I forgot until just now that I was supposed to have a nickname, so I'm Val Flycub, aka Alex Leaf Magic.
All right.
For magic in this
very good
show.
There is magic in this show.
Magic and cool spears chilling inside of your body that give you great powers.
Yeah.
Crazy powers. Crazy powers.
They are out in the fields grazing.
Not really sure what the fuck that is, but
hey, real quick before we start talking about the episode, can we talk about the good thing that dropped yesterday?
Oh my god. Y'all, if you are a fan, if you're on Twitter, you already know we got to see the ultimate baby last night.
The literal.
Wow. It got me through the night. I'm going to be real with you. For Children's Day yesterday, which was June. It was May 31st. And it was
May 31st here, but I think it was June 1st there.
Yeah, it was June 1st there, which means it's Children's Day. So they released a screenshot of the smallest boy that I've ever seen, baby Wei Wuxian.
Yeah.
Wow. What?
Sun boy allowed.
Sun boy 100% allowed. Sun boy must be protected. I want to see him grow up big and strong. I've never wanted to die for a child as much in my life, but here we are.
Sun boy for everybody.
And us seeing Sunboy means that we're also going to see a young little baby John Christ. Oh man, I can't wait to see our young Lord and Savior. the literally the messiah of the Yunmong clan. Just so great.
I love him, but I will say, he was not great in this episode.
No, kind of complicit.
He kind of sucked in this episode.
He kind of sucked. But
asshole.
then again, I mean, I kind of understand it because I don't know. Even when you're fearing for your life, there are certain moral standards that usually good people would hold themselves to. And a lot of them kind of failed in that respect in this episode.
I think this was a learning experience.
Yeah. It was, definitely. I mean, it was probably the first time that these kids had ever been exposed to this kind of absolute autocracy, fascism kind of moment.
Yeah. You gotta hate it.
Didn't really know how to deal with it.
Yeah.
It kind of blindsided them, to be real, it seems like.
And the first person that spoke up about it got immediately...
Oh, yeah.
They got their life and livelihood fucking destroyed for, fun.
Yeah. Sometimes you get bodied immediately.
Woof. Yeah. So...
That's how you set a precedent.
So I just want to set a bit of groundwork because I think like myself and I think Val as well have only watched this episode. And I like to see it, so I'm gonna watch the rest.
Yay!
Thank you. Excellent.
I do very much like to see it.
Yeah, but I have just a couple of like background questions.
Absolutely.
Yeah, go for it.
What is a cultivator? What do they cultivate?
All right, so this is like a long-running theme in kind of a...
It's like a subgenre of the wuxia genre, which is like martial arts.
Yeah, okay. Like martial arts fantasy stuff.
Yeah, but this one is more less martial arts, more fun magic spell casting.
Mm-hmm. Writing on
it's
swords.
Wizards.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So a cultivator is like, your goal is to like be virtuous and do good things about like, helping the spirit world out and keep it in balance and everything. And then like eventually you'll become an immortal in the like Eastern sense of like, you've transcended and you're extra special, ultra good.
Yeah.
Jumbo spicy big good. And so yeah, they're like, how did Colin explain it that one time? They're like clerics. They all have like
okay.
Yeah, they all have turn undead.
They're basically, we have explained them as fantasy Ghostbusters before.
Yeah.
That's basically the whole concept.
So that's what night hunting is ghost busting.
Yeah, it's freelance night ghost busting.
Oh.
And so the cultivation aspect is you have this magical potential in you that physically manifests as a golden core, which is what you saw in the episode as the little golden sphere.
Yeah, it's your cultivation organ.
Yeah, it's the cultivation organ, the cool, the extrasensory organ that exists inside of you. And you spend your career as a cultivator cultivating this golden core so that you can, reach immortality and do all that cool shit and be like a paragon.
Yeah, and do better ghost busting.
Yes.
You're also like kind of a zombie therapist.
Mm-hmm.
Like if there's if there's ghosts and spirits and whatever, also zombies, which fall under that category for reasons. You are like supposed to kind of help them pass on to the whatever afterlife.
Mm-hmm.
So the demons' inner demons.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah. There you go. Now you're thinking. That's what I call using that noodle.
Yeah.
Sort of a anything else? Because I don't want to go into this, completely.
Well, I think like some of the fun is not knowing, but like is this supposed to be like ancient China or is it like a fantasy world?
It's like vampire times ancient China.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
No need to explain further.
Yeah. There you go. It's zombie times.
It's vampire zombie times. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's vampire times. So jot that down.
Yes.
Yeah. So jot that down.
Just take a quick note.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a little bit of background for you.
Yeah.
It is kind of interesting. I'm trying to imagine going into this just going in straight at episode 8.
Yeah,
and wow, that's a unique experience.
Yeah.
I did watch the other episodes.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay.
I did.
Hell yes.
Gotcha.
I watched the first couple on silent because I was at work and it was a thing. But I watched the rest of them with sound.
So you missed the beautiful flutes, but
I missed the flutes, but I got the zither and I got
the
Wen Chao's annoying voice.
Okay. So then maybe, Val, you can answer my question, my next question, which is, why did the cloud recesses burn down?
Oh no, I can't answer that.
Okay.
It's not explained.
Well, we'll get there in a second.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, like, all the information we have about that was that title card.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I mean, so we start out this episode.
Episode 8, the indoctrination.
Yes.
Don't like that.
No, absolutely not.
Kind of a normal title.
Just a regular title. Where
having
happen.
an absolute normal one here in our free cool cultivation society.
Yeah, and we're in the nightless city. We're at the Wen's house. Here's
And-
the thing, though. It's night.
Yep.
Which
Sometimes it's just night.
sometimes
It's
it's
the
just
nightless
night.
city, though. Like, what's going on there, man?
It's nature.
It's nature.
It's nature.
I mean, like in New York City, they say it's a city that never sleeps, but like people.
It's a
do
euphemism, you know. It means they never fuck.
Yeah.
sleep. Right.
I don't know what a euphemism is. I never
The
learned.
sun is the only thing that goes down.
Wow. Yeah,
Well,
that's probably true.
You know.
So we start out, and Wen Chao is down there on his knees, kowtowing to his father, who is out of frame
Mhm.
because he
He's hiding
basically
behind the
said,
scary door.
Yeah, he's basically like, you know, I'm so sorry, Dad. Like, don't go after me. They caught me slipping. It was me. It's on me. But
Like-
it's actually not on me because these guys fucking suck.
Yeah, he's
so-
like, sorry, they made me fuck up,
Yeah.
and
It's
Yeah.
totally their fault 100%.
They didn't let me win.
So what I gather is there was an archery whoopsie last episode.
yeah, there was a big archery competition with everybody in the world there, and this guy was a fucking jackass the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
This was also at the Wen's house.
He
So-
just coming in, stealing people's
Mhm.
kills, like,
Yeah.
from straight behind him. And then, you know, Wei Wuxian, because he's Wei Wuxian, eventually outsmarts him, and it gets Wen Chao disqualified. And so Wen Chao
Which gets
is
him
now-
mad.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And like the Wens hosted the competition, but didn't place at all.
Exactly.
Like didn't
Yep.
get first through fourth. at
Oh
all.
damn.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
they were extremely mad about that. And personally, I love when I'm rightfully bested in technically friendly competition and my cool autocrat dad
Mm.
decides that's grounds for murder, arson, and genocide.
Yeah.
That's just like,
That's sportsmanship.
absolutely.
It's the spirit
Yeah.
of competition.
Yeah.
It like
Mhm.
I hate this because there's like a couple of frames like as the door's opening and Wen Chao looks up, and like I feel sorry for him for like half a second because he's like so scared of his dad, and like
Oh, yeah.
just on that basis. But then when Rohan comes out and he's like, well, let's just do more fascism, and Wen Chao loves it, so who cares?
Yeah, and
He's
I
like,
mean,
oh, you got beaten sports, eh?
yeah,
Kill everyone.
yeah,
Yeah.
and you know, his makeup is popping, so it's actually impossible to say whether he's bad or not. 'Cause he's beautiful, so.
My first like impression of this is like Wen Chao is like if Zuko from Avatar sucked shit,
Mhm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
but Wen Rohan
He's
is,
like-
is literally just Firelord Ozai.
yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Got it in one.
100%.
I was trying to craft like a summarize this media franchise tweet one time, and I basically put like, it's like I can't decide which way it goes, but it's either Avatar: The Last Airbender does A Song of Ice and Fire or vice versa. It's one of those.
Wow, with the incest and everything, but
With
that's
the-
a spoiler, so sorry.
Oh boy.
Thank you.
Oh boy. Anyway,
Oh jeez,
Are you gonna edit that in the final cut as just like a
with the clown honk
oh.
and everything.
yeah yeah a slide whistle or something?
I'll get Matt to
Absolutely.
do the slide whistle Foley.
Yes.
We need like a noise space library of sounds, but it's
Yeah.
just that one.
God.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
And
just
it's
you definitely
just-
just like a little soundboard to take samples.
Matt
from.
doing
I
it.
But
love
it's just
that.
slide
yes.
whistles.
Yeah.
Oh please, that's all you need.
I would love to hear like you're listening to a podcast and somebody gets overly excited and all of a sudden you just hear Matt Trebampoline's voice going, "Awoga!" And like the other podcast is like, that's a spoiler, I'm gonna cut that out.
That's his next task as web
Yeah.
admin.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
But anyway, so
Yeah.
when Rohan, decides that they're going to teach these misbehaving for rival sex a lesson.
Yeah, but
Mhm.
first we get the wreckage montage with the famous narrator who we've had the entire time.
Okay, that was another
cannot
question I
believe
had.
How quickly they went through this.
Yeah, I mean, no, like it starts and when Rohan's like, oh, we're going to show these guys, and then it cuts to the wreckage
Yeah.
montage. So it's like oh, well, I guess this is the culmination of all of this shit that the Wens have been getting up to, because,
they've been doing a lot of bullshit.
Yeah, the last time we checked in last episode was about 3 years ago.
Oh.
So things have slowly progressed since then. Yeah, everybody's 18 now, so.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
to be clear, the archery competition was like either earlier in the day that this episode starts out, or like the day before or something.
Yeah.
But
And then it's like,
between...
and then 3 years of war happened.
Yeah. So
it was, I mean,
It's hard to explain.
it
hard to
barely
explain.
counts as war, because they basically, I mean, they're talking about
No,
how
yeah.
they annexed all of these other clans, like dozens of other clans, annexed basically, through either marriage or directly overtaking them.
yeah, it sucks.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And then the
sucks.
ones that resisted, they killed.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And when Rohan
Yeah.
is playing around on his very own floor map,
Yeah, it's great.
he's like playing checkers.
Oh, yeah.
Wonderful.
It's good.
And so, at some point, during this montage, they talk about how they went and burned down the cloud recesses.
Yeah. So
Yep, just the whole thing.
yeah,
Yeah,
just
just
the
a
whole
little
thing.
side
They
thing.
kind of so when Rohan sent his not Wen Chao son, his older
Yes.
son, to go do this.
His name is Wen Shu.
Yeah. And he's the one that I speculated last time that we never see because he's too handsome to look at.
Mhm.
He forced the Lonsec to burn down the cloud recesses, and
Mhm.
basically this was just like to be a power move.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
is
'cause
the
the-
cloud recesses like a temple, like a Jedi
It's-
temple kind of thing?
Kind of. It's the Lonsec's house. It's
It's-
where they live.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's where all of them kids studied when they were like
15.
fantasy
When they were-
freshmen, sophomores.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Wenshu is Anakin like killing the younglings.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
He
It's-
does super die eventually.
Oh yeah, thank God.
Like, it doesn't
I have
matter.
to-
It's like, you never see him, so who cares?
Yeah, like fuck that guy, honestly. He doesn't even he's not important.
Yeah.
Good. I think it's really funny watching this episode after listening to the most recent episode of Jurgenet, because this is related, sort of. No, it's related. They're always
Tangentially.
complaining about how like all of the interesting stuff, all the interesting like character development
Uh-huh.
is just happens off screen.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Ricky took his SATs and like aced them, and it's like a throwaway line. Like he's like, "Oh, I went because there were hot girls there," but
Yeah.
like, so they're always like, "Oh, I guess this thing was just off screen, whatever."
I mean, that's the
And
mark
then
of
to just
prestige
be like-
television.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we get to hear, and it's like, oh yeah, and then they burn down the whole place that the last 3 episodes of the show were set
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
that
the
happened.
Chishan
Anyway.
Wen sect owns everybody now. Just catching you up really quick.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
That's
also
not the
think
important part.
wasn't part of the whole power move making the lawn sect burn down the cloud recesses because they like had a lot of like valuable super old like books and like knowledge or whatever there that
Probably.
the Wens wanted to
'Cause
get
it-
rid of.
Probably,
sounds
'cause
right.
It was because it was specifically like you see Lan Wangji, like, because he tried to guard the library.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
And
that's
they beat
where
the shit
yeah,
out
And they broke his
Yeah.
guitar.
they broke his guitar
And his
They did.
leg, but
They-
mostly his guitar.
they also broke his dad,
Yeah, they deeply broke his dad.
and then his
Yes.
brother went missing. But
Yeah.
yeah, so
And the talent shows tomorrow.
and the-
Like literally though, because everybody gets called to the fucking Nightless City after
They get called to
that.
fucking
Yeah.
summer school.
yeah,
So this was, yeah, we're kind of going out of order because the part where we learn about Lanjan's injury is after this
yeah.
big scene of all of the people.
Oh
And
yeah, that's
I have a joke about it, and I just want to make sure we get to it.
oh absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely. You will get your time to joke. You will get the goof time. I promise you that.
Good.
Because like that happens a lot of the time on the show because like I have very like specifically timed goofs and then like so does Roy, but sometimes we like kind of get ahead of each other and like no, let's go back because I got a
Yep.
real good bit.
We're just hype.
Yeah.
It's very important. Like we're hyped, but we got to get the bits out.
I'm excited to get
Yes.
to my central bit of this episode.
Oh,
Oh,
thank
thank
God. You know what? I had a fucking central bit about this episode, and I'm going to talk about it once she shows up on screen because
boy.
I got so mad about it rewatching this episode because I had a great fucking running ass goof that I was going to do. It was going to really harken back to the good old days of comedy, the early 2000s. I'm just very upset about it still, but we're gonna get to it.
I'm
all good things in time.
Intrigued.
You know.
Good. Anyway, so then, like a month after all of that, when Rohan says to all the other sex, you guys are fucking up. Come to the Nightless City in the next 30 days if you want an ass kicking.
Yeah, he's basically like, oh, well, these cultivators are fucking around too much and it's wasting their, talents, even though, like, they were the ones who showed up the entire Wen clan at the archery competition.
Yeah. It's just fascism power moves.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. And so it cuts to House Zhang, and they're having dinner. And Madame Yu is pissed off about this, and Zhang Fangmian is, doing his whole, like, oh, well.
He's still sitting down clicking, like, it's the only thing he does.
Like, yeah, pretty much.
It's what he's good at.
He either sits down, clicks like, or sits down and clicks the, straight mouth emoji. Or, like, the slant mouth emoji sometimes if he really wants to get spicy.
So is this the father or the son?
Zhang Fangmian is the father.
Yeah. The father, okay.
Yeah. Long hair
the father was very...
One criticism I have of the show... lightly is that it's hard to tell the characters' ages. People keep being like, "Oh, my father, so and so, my son, so and so," and they look the same.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's to be fair. It's because like cultivation, like one of the things about it is like it keeps you young and hot.
That makes sense. You're right.
Yeah, they're Buddhist, non-blood sucking. They're not vampires. I was trying to do a bit. I can't do a bit out of it. But yeah, they basically, you reach a certain level of cultivation and you become immortal and forever young and beautiful and shit like that. So
you stay looking good.
That is one like rationalization for it, but I will say that it's probably just because it's a donghua and they like to make everybody hot.
Yeah.
I mean, having a reason for it at all is good.
Yeah, honestly, I agree.
So, real quick, in the books, so the Wens specify that like a certain number of disciples from each sect have to be from like the actual family. So you can't just send like a bunch of Joe teenagers that you're teaching. You got to send like one of your own kids or whatever, which is why this fucking sucks and is why she's so mad about it.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
And she's talking about either Zhang Chang or Zhang Yanli are gonna go. And Zhang Chang's like, fucking, of course I'm gonna go. Are you kidding me? And Madame Yu is like, oh, exactly. You thought your sister was gonna go? Really? Even though she was the one who said it like a minute before.
Yeah, Lee just wants to be a farm lesbian, but her mom says that's problematic.
Yeah, she's sitting there picking some seeds out of a lotus pod and like handing them to Wei Wuxian, and Madame Yu gets mad about it.
Yeah, she's like, you're not a servant.
She just spends this whole scene mad. She's being mad.
Oh yeah. She's just mad at the situation. She's mad at Zhang Fangmian for, daring to raise this kid.
Every time she calls him by his full name, it's so funny.
Oh god, I know. It's like he's like being a chastised dog or something.
It's just like, not to bring up Jim Henson's dinosaurs for the second time in this podcast, but it's very like Earl Sneed Sinclair to me.
Earl Sneed Sinclair?
Have you not watched it? It's a good show.
Happy Sneed
I
Minute.
was like 4 years old.
Happy Sneed Minute.
Happy Sneed Minute.
7:54 p.m. Sneed Minute.
But anyway, Madame Yu spends basically this entire scene just ragging on Zhang Fangmian for like raising Wei Wuxian like a son and like letting him slack off, and then she rags on Zhang Chang for not working hard enough, and you're never gonna surpass Wei Wuxian now, what the fuck are you doing?
And she like calls Wei Wuxian rat boy. She's like,
rat boy.
I wrote down I wrote down Purple Mom calls him a nasty sewer boy.
Nasty sewer boy.
Yep.
And like part of me is frustrated with Madame Yu for being so like callous and disparaging towards Wei Wuxian all the time, because like
he is very much a child boy teenager.
It's my boy is the thing. Like that's everyone's
son boy allowed.
Son boy allowed. But the part of me that survives and thrives through spite knows she's valid.
Yeah.
She's
angry but pragmatic.
That's exactly. Thing, like she has a reason for all of this shit. Like, and like she can be terrible, but there's a reason behind it.
Like the implication here is that like she thinks that Zhang Fangmian would like fight harder against all of this if it were Wei Wuxian who was the one who was forced to go.
Yeah.
Because he's, Mr. better to his kids' friends than his own kids.
Yeah, extremely.
Like not to like cross the streams too much, but this is exactly like the Starks.
It is.
Oh yeah.
We've
she's-
discussed
it
this.
is.
Yep.
Catelyn.
She is.
Wei is a combination of Theon and Jon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I would agree with that.
Lee is Sansa.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
young baby Sansa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We actually have discussed this on the show before. I think it was Christina who sent in a question, asking for
Which sect is each great house?
the
or
Yeah.
person?
analogs.
Yeah.
It was pretty fun, and we did decide pretty much unanimously that the Jongs were stark analogous.
Yep.
extremely.
Absolutely.
So,
It's-
absolutely.
It's also I haven't seen that show, but
No,
I don't know.
God.
it's like if George Joestar's wife saw the way that he treated Dio and Joseph and was like, dude, what the fuck? That's all I could think of when I saw it. But I don't read. So.
We were talking a lot in the Discord for this show earlier this week about the cinematic parallels between Wei Wuxian and Dio.
Yeah.
There are
Yeah.
quite a few.
Yeah.
There are quite
yeah.
a few.
Number one,
Dio-
it's
Not
gay.
a one-to-one comparison, but it's
Number one, gay. Absolutely.
Number 2, vampire.
Got him.
when you think about
Got
it.
him.
Fucking never dies. Incapable of dying. It's
Yeah.
great.
Anyway.
So they send in all of the young masters.
Yeah.
And Wei
Mhm.
Wuxian is there and his sister is there. And he's like, wow, this is terrible. They made even the girls come? It's
Yeah.
like, that's not the thing that's upsetting about this, Wei Wuxian. It's
Yeah.
that anyone has to be here.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean,
Whatever.
you gotta think about it though. Wei Wuxian is the ultimate girl respecter, the number
Yeah.
one gentleman of
Mhm.
the cultivation
Mhm.
world. So,
Yes.
of course he would be concerned
Yes.
about that. But
That's what's in all the lotus pod
Yes.
seeds.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
the
It's
the
women
girl
respecting
respecting-
juice.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the women
Yes.
respecting.
It's
seeds.
women respecting pods.
Yeah, women respecting pods. Absolutely.
Yeah, we're on the same puttering grounds that we were on in the last episode.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, where everybody's just hanging around,
Yep.
waiting to be told what to do.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're all standing around awkwardly in the playground in their cliques.
Yeah.
It's just like recess.
It's,
As Ethan said in the
100%
Discord.
like
yeah.
100% like classic show, 1997 original Recess.
Yep.
100 exactly like it.
Makes you think.
Uh-huh.
It
Makes you-
really does make you think.
Everything
Makes you
comes
go,
full
"Hmm."
circle. And then piece of shit Wen Chao is up at the big boy fascism pavilion and
Mhm.
puts his feet up on the table like an asshole, and
Very
he drags in this
disrespectful.
lady with the hugest titties I have ever seen.
Mhm.
Wang Lingjiao. That is her name. And here's where I'm gonna go off. Okay.
Do
So
it.
Can I first? I just want to say to you,
mhm.
I got this new anime plot.
Well, I was stuck in this elevator with you, so I guess you have to tell me.
Huge boat on honkaroos.
She looked like, I don't know if you've ever seen James Mansfield. She's a drag queen and she's got this
Oh, yeah, yeah.
breastplate that's just, there's no nipples on the breastplate, so her dresses are always like, they just cut in the middle of the dress, and it just looked exactly like that.
Oh yeah.
Like, she's just
So,
like, where's this
all
woman's
right.
nipples? Nowhere? Okay.
Okay, so my main problem with Wang Lingjiao, other than her being, joyfully complicit in the power structures
She
that oppress
wasn't.
her, whatever, in
Mhm.
the novel, her main defining trait was a large mole on her upper lip. And
Uh-huh.
I had been gearing up to make some really cool and currently culturally relevant Austin Powers references in this episode, and my dreams of having the coherent and understandable nickname of Holy Moly Guacamole were dashed when I sat down to rewatch this episode and there was no mole in sight.
No.
Absolutely obliterated my bit, and I'm so mad about
Do you want
it.
to?
Oh my goodness.
Do you want to just pretend that there was a mole?
I can't do it. I can't do it in my heart because I'm too disappointed, and I know the truth.
And you can't do it in any
Oh,
good
God.
faith.
I can't do it in good faith. It would be a bad faith mole edition.
Okay.
I will not do that
Okay.
for a bit.
Oh my
I
god.
have some pride. Okay.
My
So,
Very upset about that. I'm sorry. I had to get that out.
Thank you for
God.
telling us.
Thank you for listening. I really appreciate this.
so Wen Chao pulls the mole woman into his lap.
Yeah.
And
Uh-huh.
they're like, who is that?
Yeah, so
And,
Yeah.
so
oh yeah.
the on-screen text says like this is Wang Ling Jiao, and then
Yeah.
Wei's like, who the fuck is this?
Yeah.
because he
I
does
can't
not.
see it. It's yeah.
He turned subtitles off.
They can just see it floating in the air behind her. It's fine.
It wasn't up long enough. He didn't catch it in time.
Yeah.
Wei Wuxian confirmed for not having read the script.
So
And then Huaisong is hiding behind him, and he just pops up.
Directly behind him.
He's
It's
like-
so good.
and Huaisong has the tea. Because
got the tea,
Huaisong
yeah, he
always
does.
has the tea because he is a silent observer.
He pops out to do some exposition, and like the only reason he's here now instead of like at any of the discussion conferences like an actual cultivator would be is because like he's the only other person in his entire family with his name,
Yeah.
so he's gotta be there. His fucking brother probably sent him over with like a Lunchable and a note addressed to Wen Xiao that says, "You asked for him." Anyway.
He packs along a little life vest and some floaties for him. Be safe. Don't get kidnapped.
Yeah.
I love you.
So Weislang explains that this woman is Wen Chao's girlfriend, but used to be the maid of his wife?
Yeah.
Yes.
Which
And then he's like, well, you know.
Wen
And
Chao
then
is
it's like a close-up shot of like her big boobies.
yeah.
He's a lecherous one.
Yeah.
He is lecherous.
That's
And
what
I
they-
feel like
Can-
lecherous is a very, I would say a
Mhm.
conservative description for him.
Can we
'Cause, oof.
Can we talk for a second about how upset I am that, like, we can confirm that Wen Xiao has canonically fucked at least twice? 2 different people?
Damn.
I don't like to think about it.
I'm not trying to dwell on it, but, like, it is canon. Like, this is one of the few fucks that we can confirm.
Yeah.
I mean,
Eh.
dating isn't always
I
fun.
mean,
Yeah.
look at him, though.
Ugh.
Maybe she loves to sit in laps.
Maybe she likes to sit in laps, though.
She just loves to suck on the teat of powerful men. Anyway,
Great.
Okay, the episode's over.
when
You cut out, so I don't know if you said teat or meat.
both. Not mutually exclusive.
We get a little, we, like, see a little girl in pink in the crowd, and so,
Mhm.
okay, so real quick, like, I don't know why we get her real name right now, like, given some shit that happens later, and also, like, this running
Mhm.
gag in the book.
Yeah.
We don't actually find out, in the book, we don't actually find out her real name until, like, the very last chapter,
Yeah.
and it's this ongoing goof. But anyway, they just decided to do that for reasons. But she's really cute. She's got, like, these big magenta eyes and these little puff balls on her little hair buns.
Yeah.
And Wen Xiao
Mhm.
sees her and pops a boner. And, like,
That's the sound of bonus.
the Ramsay Bolton Joker parallels, like,
Ugh.
am I not the only one who noticed that she goes, like, full Miranda right here? It's bad.
Oh God.
She gets jealous.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Miranda from Sex and the City?
Yeah.
Remember when Ramsay Bolton famously dated Miranda Sex in the City?
Yeah.
I do.
So
I started to wonder.
I started to wonder.
anyway, Wen Chao's like, all right,
Maybe the longest night. Oh, cool.
give me your swords. All of them.
So it turns out the NRA was right.
Yep.
Turns
And
out, yeah.
the president is coming to take
Mhm.
away your sword skateboards.
As it happens,
And-
Absolutely.
Second Amendment, who? You have to do it.
you have to do it.
And
Yeah,
one guy
you
in the
have to
audience
do
is
it.
like, fuck
And
this.
Yeah.
there is a Nye boy who's
Well, first,
he's
before this happens, we look over and we see Lan Wangji, and he's having a bad time.
yeah.
All the Lan
Mhm.
boys are having a really bad time. And of course, Wei
Mhm.
Wuxian only focuses on Lan Zhan.
Yeah.
Why is he going to focus on him?
Oh,
Yeah. Wei's like, wow, those guys look really fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I
yeah.
wonder
Wonder what
why.
happened.
And
I wonder,
everybody's
yeah.
like, oh
Wonder
my
why all these
God,
guys
Wei
are sad.
Wuxian.
Yeah.
All of them are, yeah. Boy, they look like shit. Wonder why.
Jesus.
Yeah, and then and that's when the Wen hype man tells everyone to hand over the swords. And then
Mhm.
this was a note that I had. This is actually like an extremely small change from the book, but I like that they did it because like in the book, the guy who stands up and objects is like just some rando. We have no idea what sect he's from or anything. He's
Mhm.
just
Mhm.
some idiot. And in this one, they make him a guy from the Nye sect, which I think is really cool because, like, and it's appropriate because, like, given how vital weapons are to the way they cultivate in
Yeah.
that sect in
Mhm.
specific, like, what the fuck are you gonna do without your weapon?
Yeah.
Probably nothing.
Cool.
You can't go guts berserk on it. So
Yeah, so Homeboy
Yeah.
stands up and he's like, why the fuck would we do that? These are our lives and our livelihoods. Are you kidding me? A cultivator always has to stand by his sword, or what the fuck ever.
Yeah.
And when
And
Chow's
then-
like,
Yeah.
all right, come on then. And so he calls up his little lapdog,
Yeah,
and
this-
Homeboy comes rushing in.
Yeah, this dude activates Hermit Purple.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah, when
Mhm.
Julio says, "I'm about to end this man's whole
Yeah.
career,"
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He just demolishes this guy in the chest with his flashy purple hand.
The guy dies, and Wei Wuxian is like, they melted out his golden core.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to the guy who did it, and his
Yeah.
hand is all like shiny purple magic.
Uh-huh.
And if you've ever dyed your hair, you know that's because purple cancels out yellow. So
Oh my god, exactly.
There
They're
you just had-
opposites on the color wheel.
silver conditioner.
makes-
you know.
there we go.
Wow, you're
Yeah.
a genius.
Oh my god.
I love that. And I'm just like, it's just like, give up your most dependable recourse for defending yourself and keeping yourself safe, or we'll fucking destroy your life and livelihood for fun, is a hell of a note to start this episode off with.
And like, not to make light of
Yup.
this, but like, boy, I wish somebody would do this to my gallbladder. I had
Just remove the gallbladder node.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, this is Wenju Lu, and he's the core melting hand, which is exactly what he does and what it is.
That's like the only thing he does.
Mhm. So wait, is the guy not dead? He's just losing his...
Right, he's just
Yeah.
he's just
He's
a
into
normie now. He
cultivator?
lost his cultivation organ, so he's a normie now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't kill you, it just,
he had...
Mhm.
it takes away the
appendicitis.
will to
But-
live.
A fate worse than
Yeah.
death.
Pretty much.
Mm.
Pretty much.
Being regular.
Yeah.
In exchange, the guys get handed, every single cultivator gets handed a copy of the official Wen Clan Autofellatio manual.
Okay, so this is my bit.
Okay,
Please.
excellent.
So this is a tome of ancient Wen sayings, proverbs,
Mhm.
etc. from the wise men of the Wen clan.
Mhm.
And my bit is, what if this was a printout of drill tweets?
What if it was a printout of drill tweets?
I mean,
Oh,
there would basically
man.
be no difference, because I'm 100% sure that everything contained in this little Wen quote book is exactly as inane, but probably not quite as insightful
What if-
as a drill tweet.
I'm glad you think that, because I have it, because when it comes up later in the episode, I have a couple of tweets lined up.
Yeah,
I'm-
just
the
wait
blue
Sean
pins-
busting them out off the dome. I'm so
excited.
The
There's
blue
a drill
pins
tweet
on
for
the map
everything.
indicate high levels of resentful energy, and the red pins on the map indicate Panera breads I've been banned from.
It's the Wen Mao Mr. 10 Years edition.
Yeah.
Oh my
Jesus.
god. God.
Amazing.
And oh yeah, Wei Wuxian like tries to like get mad about it and like start something, and Zhangcheng comes up and he's like, "Don't do praxis, please. I'm begging
Yeah.
you."
You're gonna get
Please.
us killed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No direct action today. Come on. You gotta know your audience.
yeah. And he says something
And then
about, huh?
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, they have to memorize.
Like he starts reading them, and he's like, "Is this proverbs? Are you serious?" And he's like, "Ah, this one's pretty good."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is what happens when you start reading drill tweets.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So then, like, we cut back to the Lotus Pier for a second. We're back at the Zhang's house.
And Yanli
Mhm.
is worrying about her brothers.
Yeah, and Zhang Fengmian's like, they're fine, and then Madame Yu's like, what are you talking about? They got their swords taken away. They're being forced to do all this stuff.
Yeah.
I know you've seen the collab recesses. I know you've seen it. I know he ate a cheese. And like, and then
Yeah.
then we're back at the Wen.
All I wrote for that scene was Mom hates it.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
hates it.
Mom hates it.
She hates
Absolutely
it.
hates
And she's
it.
extremely
hates it.
right.
Yeah,
What I wrote was, I'm surprised that she was getting updates. Like, I wouldn't think that, like, who was like sending a journal back? Like,
I think maybe the thing that makes kind of the most sense to me would be like Wei Wuxian or Zhang Cheng like stealthily writing letters or something to them.
it's little birds.
That makes sense.
It is
It's little birds.
Yeah.
It's little birds.
or it's I-
She read
like,
the script.
I keep thinking of it as something as like summer camp.
Yeah,
Like,
it is.
Mm.
it's
Yeah, you get to
fantasy
write home.
fascist sleepaway camp.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's good.
So they're
Everyone's at like a river creek thing. Like I should know
Mhm.
which since I minored in geology, but like I focused on rocks, not alluvial topography. So who cares?
uh-huh.
It's really pretty, and there's like some red maple leaves, which keep those in mind for a couple episodes from now.
Yeah.
And the Wens are having everybody look
This
around.
is where
for
they
something.
And this is where they learned that the Cloud Races
Yeah.
were burnt and that Long Wenjin defended the library and got his
Yeah.
shit
Yeah,
fucked.
They fucked him up.
yeah,
So
his
his
leg
leg hurts.
hurty. Yeah,
And he literally, like, nobody knew this before now, but he's been walking on a fucking broken leg for this entire journey, and you know the winds probably,
Jesus.
like, absolutely, like, drive them forward at a very quick pace, because you keep hearing them go, oh, stop slacking off, stop doing this, stop doing that. And so Lan Wangji is over here, you know, in a corner, kind
Limping
of doing his
around.
own thing. Wei Wuxian comes up to him.
And like without hesitation, like immediately he's like, "Hey, hop on my back."
Yeah, come
And,
on,
like,
get it. We're
squats in front of him.
Yeah,
Me.
it's so good. He's like, come on, we're close, it's fine. And he's just not close.
not close.
Yeah.
Just
Nuh-uh.
like, shout out to Lan Wangji for being the strongest, most resilient, and simultaneously the stupidest and most bullheaded man in the cultivation world. Like, you know, the only reason he didn't want to get on Wei Wuxian's back was because he was like, oh god, he's gonna feel my boner.
Yep.
That's the only bright spot in this episode for me.
He's just limping
Yeah.
off, like, wanting to die. And
He's like just freaking out inside. He's like, nope, not close. Please, not close. Very
His-
far
his,
away.
like, sit on my back, let me hold your thighs. It was great.
Uh-huh.
His leg isn't actually broken. He's not limping. He's just kind of like shuffling awkwardly because he has a boner.
yeah. It's like when you get up at the front of class and he doesn't have a big notebook to hold over it.
Oh.
So and then Junction comes up like advocating civility politics again. He's like, do what they tell you to do or shit'll get worse. Like, don't meddle in other people's trivial affairs. And Wei Wuxian goes, first of all, it's not trivial. He's so mad about it. Second, someone's always gonna step in.
Yep.
Yes.
That's just how it be. And then what?
This is the girl in the pink, right?
This is the
This
the
situation.
great, cool sexual assault thing.
Oh well, right before that, Ling Xiao's got like the big branding iron, and she's like smacking it in her hand.
And they're doing a foreshadow with it, yeah.
Yeah, they're doing a cool foreshadowing. Like,
Yeah.
and there's this moment where like, like my fucking son Huaisang like just emerges from behind Wei Wuxian again, like extremely
Yep.
Looney Tunes-ly.
Yep,
He's just
he
like
was in Hammer
completely
Space.
invisible until he pops out from behind him.
Hammer space!
Yeah.
He's so good, and he's like, yeah, if she uses that branding iron on you, it'll fuck you up like super bad. And he says something about like it'll hurt your meridians, which like if your golden core is your cultivation organ, your meridians are like your cultivation vessels.
They're your metachlorians, yeah.
Your midichlorians.
Your chakras?
It's your chakras.
Yeah.
It's your chakras, yeah. That's
It is.
oof, ouch. Chakra hurting juice.
It's like eating GMO.
Oof.
And then a girl screams, and Wen Xiao is doing sexual harassment on the cute pink girl from earlier.
Little
Hate
girl.
watching
Yeah.
again.
He's
Don't
Yeah.
like this.
he's doing the thing where he's not sexually assaulting someone yet. But
Yeah.
He's advancing.
He's-
very
he's about to.
slowly.
Mhm.
He
Like,
about
she's
it.
literally
Terrible.
cowering against a tree trunk.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
he has her cornered, and Wei Wuxian sees it, and he's like, I think the fuck not, you trick-ass bitch.
The way to stop sexual harassment is to put a leaf in their face.
Yeah, just like,
Mhm.
hey, whoosh, hey.
Yeah.
I mean, as a leaf, I can confirm this.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Ally.
Yeah,
And then
so
Wei Wuxian is like,
hey, check this shit out.
Yeah.
yeah, he's like, don't harass a real woman. Look at this porno I have.
Yeah.
And
He's
he
got
shows him like a part of the book in his chest and doesn't even
Yeah.
take it out
Yeah.
or anything. Like he's
He just like shows the corner of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Wen Xiao does like grabby hands.
Yeah, like a toddler with a shiny
Like
thing.
Like
He
a
saw
fingy
one
waggle.
boob and he was like, sold!
his heart like
So
bulging out of his chest and like his eyes are.
so my issue with this is that Wei Wuxian has to know that Chao is going to get distracted,
Yeah.
or else like he doesn't have any recourse here.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
He would think of something.
That's
but
not-
if he
yeah.
did have recourse, if he was going to show Wen Chao something from the book, I think it would be this drill tweet. Welcome to a world where you can have sex with people's wives. This is a wife sex world.
I think it would go a little something like this.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Fucking,
Yeah,
like...
Alex, for my
And,
life.
like, Huaisang comes up later and he's like, oh my god, Wei Wuxian, where did you get porn? And Wei Wuxian just, like, smiles, like, very smugly and holds up the fucking, like,
Yeah.
autofellatio manual because he magicked some porn again.
Yeah, it's called the Wen Clan Essence Collection,
Yeah.
which like
Yeah, it
That's
sure
my
is a
makeup
collection
line.
of essence.
Yeah.
It's a circle jerk essence
yes.
coated.
So
I know I've been talking about cum a lot this episode.
Well, no, it's called their Essence Collection. Like
How
it's
can
a
you not-
vial
yeah.
that they come
Yeah.
into.
Honestly, like,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna be real with you. The first time I ever truly came across the phrase essence or the term essence at all in any kind of context was in a very explicit Inuyasha fan fiction. And it was used to refer to cum. And I was pretty young. And so I just kind of thought that
I know exactly how old you were during your Inuyasha fanfiction days, and I don't like to think about this.
I don't either, which is why I'm not disclosing my age. It was a very bad time for me. All right, I had unrestricted access to the internet. It's kind of why I am how I am today. And I'm not saying that that's a good thing. It's just kind of a very formative experience.
Any hoops.
But my point is, later on, I was at my grandparents' house and I saw this bottle of Emerald's Essence and I looked at it and I was like, oh, why?
Oh
but
my
so,
God. Wait, that's like, there's a collection of parks in the like Boston area that are called the Emerald Necklace, and every time I see that, I'm like, just like, it's like,
remember when John Arbuckle swallowed dog essence?
I don't like to do that. I don't like to remember it. Please, God, no.
Well, too fucking bad. Anyway, so, yeah, Wen Xiao makes grabby hands at the porn, and Ling Xiao comes up, and she's like, hey, I found the cave, and then she sees Mian Mian, and she fucking hates this.
Oh yeah, she's pissed. Because obviously Wen Xiao coming on to Mian Mian is Mian Mian's fault.
Yeah.
You know, that's how it works.
You can tell that she's trying to steal Wen Chao because she's cowering on the ground.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's how you know
the
she
sign
loves
of
it.
a woman who's really out for your man. And like, Wei Wuxian, for all intents and purposes, is a class act, honestly. Like, if I had been a male cultivator coming across Wen Chao doing a sexual assault, I would have fucking beheaded the dude. Like, core melting be damned. I would have caught a charge.
So I agree that he did a good job of stopping it. I don't like how immediately afterwards he starts like flirting with her.
Yeah, it's not
yeah,
a good
I did
look.
not like that.
It's not a good
Didn't
look.
like it.
Not great.
He like calls her by her like nickname.
Yeah, he
and
does
she's
like
you don't know me.
yeah, he's like giving her this little sash. I don't know if it's sachet or sash. I should know.
Sachet, I think.
Sachet.
Her potpourri.
Yeah.
He gives her potpourri back, and then he starts.
No, he doesn't.
He does like extremely Mandarin language poetry jokes.
He picks up the potpourri and is like, "This is nice. Can I have it?" And she's like, "No," and she takes it from him. He doesn't even give it back.
Like,
And like the wordplay seems like it's charming, but like not the time, dude.
Yeah,
No.
not right
Yeah.
now, my man.
really
No.
inopportune. Like, he has no sense of
Class?
propriety. Yeah.
You know who
Tact.
does hate it though is Lanjan. He walks by and he sees it. And he's like,
Oh yeah, he's mad as fuck.
play.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just
believe
says wordplay
Yeah.
in disgusted voice.
And it's
So
hilarious
bad.
because in the novel he's like constantly like mentioning it and like sniping at it, and you can tell that it like stuck with him for a really long time. He's
Yeah.
like, oh, Mian,
Yup.
huh?
Yeah.
That's so good.
It's so good.
Oh, why don't you just use more wordplay on him? Like, ugh. He's so
I
jealous.
love that.
And then,
Oh,
and then thank God Huai-san comes up and explains the joke. Like, thanks, but I'm still an
Yes.
English-speaking dumbass, but I appreciate it.
yeah, extremely good.
Yes.
I love him so much.
He also called Wei Bro Wei in the
Yeah!
subtitles.
Yeah,
I
Bro
love
Wei
it.
is
Oh,
really
yes.
good. It's Wei Jiang, which
Yeah.
is or Xiang.
Yeah.
Xiang?
He calls
Mandarin
everyone
is
I love
bro,
it.
but
hard,
it's so
dude,
good.
but it's really cute.
They all call each other bro. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really sweet.
Everybody's name is bro.
He even calls Wangji like Bro Wangji. I think
Yeah.
it's really cute.
Yeah.
Bro, we are cultivators.
Bro, we're cultivators.
Now we are kissing. Oh, bro. My pee-pee.
Stop! So everyone goes down the cave, and
Oh, wait. So the reason that they go in the cave is that an authority figure pops up and says, "Enough of hem and haw.
yeah,
Get in the cave."
Stop
Which,
fucking
when I'm-
around. Enough
When
of
I'm
hem
authority
and
figure?
haw. Of hem
Hem
and,
and
also
haw.
the haw.
like this episode of like the next couple of ones have like some goofy subtitle things happening, and it's funny to me. Anyway,
It's very good.
so they get down into the cave, and there's like water running, and there's just this huge turtle shell in the water.
Well, I just before we so when they're going into the cave, I texted a girl and her man sent this back to me. Vine happens.
That is true. Is
What?
Just my dude's whole butt right
The whole
onto the
butt.
camera.
It's
Oh,
just
yeah,
a nice butt shot.
absolutely.
You gotta have one.
And some dude's like, okay, so can you tell us why the fuck we're here and what we're actually looking for?
Yeah.
Wen Chao's like, no.
Yeah, it's so funny. Like they go into this huge chamber with a giant turtle in it, and they're like, "Where's the monster?"
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Well,
it's like
I didn't see
seeking
it.
crusaders to do my work for me in a glorified death march. You will be paid in exposure and in the express privilege of not being murdered by my family on the off chance you actually make it out alive. Participation is mandatory.
God.
Like, it's fucking ridiculous.
Yes.
And
And they're waiting around in the cave, and they're lamenting that there's no monster.
yeah.
And then there's a shot of Wen Chao, and I was like, oh, Dr. Frankenstein is the real monster.
Oh.
There is a
Oh.
monster in the cave. It's Wen Chao.
Wow. When you think
Oh.
about it.
Like,
Think about it.
So everybody's standing around. Huaisong says that it's been like 2 hours, and like I'm just imagining that since it's him saying it, like it hasn't actually been 2 hours, and he's just complaining.
it's been like 15 minutes.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's like, God, I ran out of my Oreos in my Lunchable like 14 hours ago.
He's running on customer time. I have been here for 2 hours.
Oh my God. Fucking absolutely. I hate it so much.
And then
He's like, can I speak to your manager, ass bitch?
oh
Right.
God.
He is.
And then Wen Chao's like, hey, go bleed someone out and suspend them over the water to lure it out. Like, just the normal method of doing things.
Right.
Oh, God.
It's
Yeah.
regular. And Ling Jiao is like, oh, well, how about her? And points at Myeon Myeon.
Yeah.
Duh.
I'm
Yeah.
just like,
He's like,
just
how about someone I don't want to bang?
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he's like,
She's like, why do you love her?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. He's like, let's choose somebody else.
She bees titties at him, and he's like, oh!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like,
I mean, she has boobs, so you can't say no to her.
Uh
That's
huh.
the thing.
Well, they go to get Eminem.
And
Miss
They go-
Thing.
Yeah.
And
They're
of
like-
course she runs away.
yeah.
Yeah, and they're like, everybody get her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody get her. And, hey, remember Suchet? Remember him from, like, 4 episodes ago? Like, of course not. He was the he was the dead weight in the Waterborne Abyss episode, Chicken Shit Lawn Boy.
Yeah.
She like goes to hide behind him, and he just moves out of the way, and he like gives her like sad, I'm just obeying orders face.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and
Yep,
she's
it
looking
sucked.
around for help, and it,
It really
sucks.
sucked.
He's like,
Yeah.
can't help being a Gemini.
Yeah,
Wow, absolutely.
yeah.
And so she
So-
goes.
Can't help
yeah.
being told to be a Gemini.
Yeah. And so she runs out of options, and so she decides she's going to go and hide behind two of the men that I guess she knows are the most honorable, which is Lan Wangji and Jin Zishuan. So she
Mhm.
hides behind them, and when Xiao comes up
Mhm.
and he's like, "What the fuck are y'all doing? Come on,
He-
grab her!" And they just
What?
stand there.
And isn't this like before that happens? Like Wei Wuxian is like, I gotta do something.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
His friend is like, don't. Like,
Yeah.
it's bad and dangerous.
He
Don't.
fucking
And
sucks
so-
in this episode. Why is he so bad in this one?
It's just like,
Yeah.
well, I honestly feel like it's probably because Madam Yu yelled at him early on.
Probably.
And
you know what? You're
she
right.
was like, "Oh, well, you got to stop hanging around with him, all this and that."
Yeah.
And so
Mhm.
he's
Mhm.
Making
constantly
trouble all
just
the
kind of,
time.
he's
Being
just-
sewer rat boy.
yeah, he's just thinking about, "Oh, well, I guess I have to be harder on Wei Wuxian now, so my mom doesn't get mad at me."
It's also scary.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
he's just like, we could get killed. Like,
Yeah, like, hey, buddy. But yeah, so she goes and hides behind Lan Wangji and Jin Zishuan, and they're being good.
yeah, and like
Mhm.
somebody in the
And-
background is like,
Mhm.
"Oh, wow, that Jin Zishuan must be kind of a gentleman after
That's
all."
Wei Wuxian who says that.
Yeah.
Oh, what was it? Was
Yeah.
it Wei Wuxian?
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, I love
Mhm.
that.
He's like, wow,
Which
he
is
is
really good.
even more talented than I thought.
Yeah.
extremely.
And like when Xiao comes over and he does this little yoo-hoo, like
It's so good.
it's so good. I love his voice actor. He's such a piece of shit, but like his voice actor is having such a good time.
Yeah,
Extremely.
exactly.
God, living his best life. So he comes over and like he tells the two of them to tie her up, or else like everybody from their sex are gonna die.
Mhm.
Which
Mhm.
is just the cool shit the Wens can get away with, and they still don't move.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's good. And then this is where Wei Wuxian is like, damn, tragic, the worst person you know, like, etc., etc. And then Suchet is like behind them, trying to drag her out from behind them. This guy fucking sucks, dude.
He absolutely sucks. And like Wei Wuxian's like, yeah, you're right. Anybody who uses their sex
No,
power
that's in a
to-
minute. That's in a minute.
Oh,
We get a cool big fight montage.
Okay, God.
Yeah.
Because my next note is just Lan Wangji rules, dude. He just like he just Hadoken Sushi
He
out of
force
the way.
pushes him.
Yeah. Oh my god, absolutely. I didn't
like,
take a note of
be gone thought.
Yes. And he does like the most angry disappointment face. Like that's the
It's
face.
like, excuse me, we're doing a mutiny here?
Yeah, like
Can
he's
you
fucking
not?
over it, bro.
Yeah, he gives him the like, I cannot believe you would do this.
Which, like,
Yeah.
it kind of sucks because, like, how is he supposed to know, like, oh, this far and no further? Like, you can't read your mind, dude.
Yeah.
Right.
I guess, but they
You've
were
been
kind of doing
complicit the whole
something there.
time.
Well, the thing about the Lons, you gotta remember, the one thing you gotta know about the Lons is that their whole saying thing is be righteous.
Yep.
That's the one thing you gotta do.
That's it.
And
Be
if
excellent to one another.
Yeah,
Exactly.
be excellent to, yeah. And then a fight happens. So, yeah, there's like this,
basically.
yeah, there's this like shot where it like pulls back and you see like everybody just kind of fighting. And some Jin guy just punches a Wen guy to shit.
It's really good to see it.
And
Yeah.
and this is where Wen Xiao's like, kill them all. And
He says, is this allowed?
yeah. And then, so this is where Wei Wuxian comes up and he's like, yeah, bullies who abuse the power of their clans to do evil should be killed.
Not only
They
that,
should be super
but they
duper
should be-
killed.
Yeah.
They should be super duper killed. They should be beheaded and made an example of.
Yeah.
And when she was like, the fuck did you just say to me?
Yeah.
Okay, but first, it takes him, I counted literally 5 full seconds of, like, trying to figure out what he said.
Yeah.
Like, the beat here is so good.
It is. Just like watching the rusty cogs in his ugly little greasy brain try and process it.
He's waiting for Wei Wuxian to say not a threat, just a fact.
He's waiting for him to say LOL.
Yeah.
My drill AU version of this.
Uh-huh.
This is the classic. There's actually zero difference between good and bad things, you imbecile. You fucking moron.
Yep. Absolutely.
It's so good. And like, I love this shot because it's like, this is like right where like you can pinpoint Wen Xiao forming this grudge against Wei Wuxian.
Oh yeah.
This is where, so he's mad. And then fucking Wei Wuxian is just like Bugs Bunny leaning on Zhang Sheng's shoulder and he literally says, then perish. Like,
Yeah.
like, what's the punishment for insulting the winds? Kill without mercy?
We should explain that it's because the thing that he was saying to Wen Xiao was like, no, don't kill me for being a bastard.
Yeah.
Wei Wuxian is like, actually, it's in the book. So if you'd read the book, you would know that you have to get killed now.
Like,
so
actually, your granddad said.
if you read the book,
Yeah.
Like, Wei
Actually,
Wuxian.
Are you calling your granddad?
Mao Wen said that.
Yeah. Like, are you calling Mao Wen a bitch? Yeah.
No, I think it's interesting that his name's Mao.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting, huh?
I don't know what that means.
Little,
Just kind of an old man name. Just,
Just a regular one.
Yeah.
In
No
China.
connotations whatsoever.
that
Yeah.
there's everyone gets a book written by him.
Nobody named Mao has ever written a book.
Oh yeah, no.
No, never, not once.
Certainly not distributed to the masses.
And I'm like, Wei Wuxian basically in this episode and the last one, he just does nothing but like rightfully and artfully dunks on Wen Qiao, and it just breathes life into my body. Like, for once, a gotcha argument is actually good to see. He's like, use your words against you. How you feel about that?
It kind of reminds me of like when like liberals are like, well, actually the Bible says that you should blah blah blah, so gotcha. Because like Wen Qiao is just gonna be like, yeah, but I have all of the swords.
Yeah.
I have all the swords.
He also has the core melting man who busts through. But Wei Wuxian just like Dougie's out of the way of all their attacks.
Yep. And then
meanwhile,
meanwhile,
missing with a sword.
Yeah.
Oh, and before or during that fight, Wen Qiao goes to attack him with a sword, and Wei Wuxian like grabs his arm and then like knocks the sword out and does the Arya other hand sword catch. It's like, fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah. And then he like swings it around, knocks a couple other dudes out. It's really pretty badass, if I'm being real.
Yes.
So he's like, nobody move or I won't.
And he like holds the sword up to Wen Qiao's throat. He's like, don't fuck around.
And then Big Turtle happens.
Before one of the characters went, oh, it's a giant tortoise. I thought it was Nessie.
I thought it was a big snake at first. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I didn't.
It's murder Nessie.
It's kind of if Nessie
Yeah.
were a tortoise, if you think about it.
It is kind of like if Nessie was a tortoise.
So you know how
I'm thinking about
you know how there's snapping turtles?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I think this is more like a napping turtle.
It's kind of a napping turtle.
Man.
Yeah.
Also, this turtle, she snapped.
She snapped.
She snapped queen like wig.
Shell
Wig.
flew off.
Michelle.
Wig, brother.
Call me Wig Wushon.
Yeah.
Wig Wushon. That's fucking
Discord nickname.
Yeah,
I'm calling
There
it.
we go.
fucking it. Oh, Jesus.
Oh,
And
man.
so, meanwhile, while all this shit is happening, the Xuanwu of Slaughter,
which is what the big turtle
the
is
big
called.
turtle's name. On the other side of the cave, Wang Lingjiao is still enacting that cool, internalized misogyny.
Yeah.
Mhm.
She got some
petty-
wind dudes to wrangle Mian Mian onto her feet, and she's
Mhm.
about to brand her. She's about to do it.
She's about to do
She's
it.
aiming for her face too, like
Oh yeah, she's
Yeah.
really about to do
Mhm.
it. And Wei Wuxian sees it, and he
frisbees the sword.
yeah, he frisbees the
Mhm.
sword, knocks the branding iron sort of not like out of Wang Lingjiao's hands, but like off course a little bit to buy her some time.
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
so, Mian Mian is still there just like cowering because she's about to get hit in the
Yeah.
face with this red hot branding iron that's gonna fuck with her spiritual energy. And Wei Wuxian is like, not on my watch, fair maiden. He doesn't actually say
Yep.
that, but that's exactly Wei Wuxian's thought process. And
It's
so,
only because he didn't say anything.
yeah. And so he jumps in front of the line of fire basically, and the end
Mhm.
the episode ends with him going ah!
Yeah.
And it fades
But
to
you
black.
don't see where it went.
It
Yeah.
cuts to black, and then there's an ad for
knows?
an app, which
Yep.
is
Uh-huh.
which is very funny.
That's where they
Yes.
that's where they put the manhwa, which is the
Yeah.
the comic adaptation of the
That's
novel.
so
Which
funny
is,
to me.
Yes.
We didn't get an ice cream commercial in the middle of this
I'm
episode.
so upset that Alex
No.
didn't get to see one of the Cornetto commercials.
Well, I will soon because I'm
Yeah,
definitely
you
going to
will.
watch the rest of this.
Yeah.
Yay!
That's the shit.
And
I
I'm
do
just like, oh, all right. So I feel like this kind of marks the start of us understanding that Wei Wuxian puts other people before himself every single time. Like, I have a
Mm.
couple things to say about this because I have a lot of emotions about Wei Wuxian. All right, like, he will do anything and sacrifice everything to help people in need. Like, he's a greater good kind of bitch. Like, he doesn't give a fuck about himself at all, which, when looking at his specific long game, is deeply unhealthy and most certainly a reflection of his own, like, non-existent sense of self-worth. And it's fucking tragic, but it's something
But-
I really admire about him regardless. He walks the fucking walk.
Yeah. And they really like seed it well in the episode too because
Oh, yeah.
like he's like he keeps wanting to do it.
Yeah.
And the other guy, the purple guy, is like
Purple Sun.
Purple Sun.
Purple Sun is like,
Purple Man.
no, it's bad to do that.
Yeah.
I'm Joseph Joestar and you're Dio.
Yeah, Purple Sun is like the liberal friend you have to leave behind when you
Exactly.
radicalize.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, you're sad to do it, but I mean, it
Yep.
just doesn't line up anymore. And Wei Wuxian is like, I
He's
feel
like, sorry, bro, gotta do some direct action.
Wei Wuxian's
Yeah.
like, we can be friends on Facebook.
Yeah.
like a
But
main tenet
I'm
of Wei
muting you.
Wuxian's personality is,
Yeah.
fuck it, I'm
Yep.
gonna do it anyway.
Yep.
And that's
Yeah.
exactly
Yep.
what he does.
Yep.
It's exactly what he does. He is my baby boy.
Meanwhile, Zhang Cheng is on Facebook putting up I'm with her memes.
Oh,
Right. Right. Still.
oh God. I'm with her
In
is his
2019.
mom.
Yeah.
Nobody
He's
else
got
is
one of
with
those-
her anymore.
Elizabeth Magana Ziyuan.
He changes his he changes his profile picture to the picture that was his profile picture before, but with an overlay of the cloud recesses on it.
Oh my god.
Cloud recess is strong.
Yeah.
Hashtag cloud recess is strong.
Oh,
Excuse me.
God.
It's a good thing that Assassin's Creed made a perfect recreation of the cloud recesses before
It's
it was
good.
burned down.
He's
Oh.
posting on Instagram all the pictures that he took of himself at the cloud recesses.
Oh my God. Hashtag pray for Goosulon. That's it. Oh, thoughts and
Oh,
prayers.
man. You gotta love it.
Hashtag
And they're like-
tragedy, hashtag Paris, hashtag vacation.
Hashtag gay boy, hashtag me, hashtag
Oh. Hashtag long hair, don't care. Whatever. Hashtag Sunday fun day. Oh.
That's good. So that's the episode.
That's episode.
Do you
Thanks,
want
Brenda?
Thanks, Brenda. Do you want?
Thanks, Brenda.
Do you?
No.
Do you want to do the McMinute?
Oh God! All right. I forgot that I'm
forget
supposed
that
to
was
come
a
up with stuff
repeating
for the
feature?
McMinute, but I don't want it to like. Okay.
I mean, it's limited to a minute. It's in the name of the segment.
Okay, I have a question if you need a prompt.
Please.
How would McCree feel about Old Town Road?
Ooh,
Oh
okay, let
my
me
God.
get my
So-
timer up before you start talking.
All right.
Go.
Basically, here's my thing. I have this running like fic thing that I'm constantly planning out in my head, and it heavily involves a playlist that McCree puts on because it's a road trip fic, and I have to be on brand. And I was thinking recently, after hearing Old Town Road, that Jesse McCree would be all the fuck about it. He, speaking as like a brown cowboy, he realizes the history of racism and whitewashing in the cowboy community. And he really appreciates men of color coming forward to like reclaim the country genre and claim themselves as cowboys because they have a right to it. He would be all the fuck about it. He would be blasting it. I really think that he would be totally into it. I think that it would definitely be on his playlist and he would harass Hanzo with it while they're on the road trip. He's an Old Town Road stan.
And there we go. That's
Okay, follow-up question.
Yeah.
Since I don't Overwatch, but from what I understand, it's in the future.
Mhm.
Do you think that Old Town Road is retroactively something that was formative to him,
Oh
that
my
inspired him to be a cowboy?
I absolutely believe that it would have been one of the formative experiences for him. Like him watching spaghetti westerns on very old Blu-rays. Probably 30-year-old Blu-rays. And listening to Old Town Road and like Dolly Parton and stuff definitely
Fuck
turned
yeah.
him into a gay cowboy.
something's got
Coat
to.
of many colors, flag of many colors,
Yep.
rainbow. Okay.
Exactly. Exactly. So this has been the Jesse McMinute in 20 seconds.
It's 11:45.
Thank you for giving me that little bit of extra time to
Sometimes
Thank
we
you.
got it.
yeah.
Let's do some questions.
Yeah, let's hit up some questions.
right.
We got some
Hell yeah.
questions.
Hell yeah, we got a couple questions. Questions. If you got them, you can send them to cloudrecessespod.tumblr.com/ask or cloudrecessespod@gmail.com, or you can ask us through Twitter at cloudrecess. You get one pod. So we got a couple questions. So this one's from Anonymous Scout, and you answered this either last week or the week before when they actually were on. So we're going to focus on the second half of this because this is a two-parter.
Mhm.
So, Scout says, tell me what sect Jesse McCree is in and what does he do? What is he like in this AU? We talked about this.
Yeah.
Now tell me what kind of hero is my main man of LXC and what does he do? What is he like? I see him as a nice DPS man, but you tell me.
I think
The man of LXC who is not in this episode.
I miss him.
Sir not appearing in this episode.
I miss him. Please. I personally believe that LXC would make a great support hero.
I like that.
I think
feel
he
that.
would be a good support hero. I think he would probably be able to double as DPS in certain situations, but he would mostly probably focus on... I don't want to say he would be a healer, but he would definitely be support.
He's like a buffer guy.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that. You
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely like that.
Yeah, that's what he's off doing right now. Is he's boosting everybody else's stats.
Yeah.
Like
He's
literally, when you think about it,
boosting stats,
Mhm.
hiding contraband, you
Yeah.
know, that kind of shit.
when you really make your brain work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Can't relate, but okay.
Yeah, you know. This next one comes in from PR the Disaster,
Thank you.
who says, "I'm reading the manhwa and was wondering, what would you have thought if the donghua used chibis as much as the manhwa? I myself don't know if it would result in fun scenes or just jarring transitions."
I would love that.
Oh man, here's my thing. The chibis in the manhwa are so fucking cute. Like,
They
they're
really
the exact
are.
kind of chibis that I enjoy.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes the chibi style, like, kind of freaks me out. I feel strange looking at them. But the chibis in the manhwa are so cute. And I honestly feel like maybe if there were like little bumps in between the episodes that they use the chibis for, that'd be fucking adorable.
Like
I feel
maybe
like
if they use them in the Cornetto commercials.
I was about to say it'd be less like weirdly uncanny and them just like lip dubbing over previous scenes and like photoshopping a cornetto into like a randomly clenched hand.
Photoshopping a literal like photo of a
It's a fucking picture every single time. I know Val knows this because Val has seen it, but Alex, you have to understand, it's just them holding a picture of an ice cream cone like, don't you want to lick? Like, it's...
I do.
I do, but like, not like that. God, please, not like that.
But the ads where they actually like show the cornetto opening up and you see what it looks like inside, those things look fucking delicious.
They do. They look like a good version, like a cute gourmet version of the drumstick.
They do.
Like the classic American treat.
The classic treat of...
Is there drumsticks in Canada?
Oh yes, there is.
Thank
that
God.
That was a yummy ooh, not a questioning ooh.
Okay, excellent. I'm so glad.
I do love that.
Just like, because a lot of the time, I know y'all have a lot of the same things as us, but...
Same, but different, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm always excited to find out that we share little treats.
Yeah, plus ça change, plus c'est la même chose. The more that things change, the more they say the same.
Oh, ho, ho, wee, wee, whatever, Neil Pear looking ass.
Neil Pear.
This is not related to anything, but I just remembered. I was watching an earlier episode, and I don't remember the context for this at all, but like Wei Wuxian said something to Longjan and was like, oh, thank you. I think it was like, oh, thank you for blah, 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 or something.
Yeah.
And Longjan said something like, no problem. But in the audio, it sounded like he said, booby.
He said booby.
I was just like...
Let Longjan say booby.
Let Longjan say booby. Please, God.
What if you look really closely at the little incantations that are sewn in the lawn robes and they all say boobless? Money calculator.
What if you spell out boob on an abacus?
What if This is a good show.
What if Longjan said Semper Funny?
What if Longjan said Semper Funny?
Oh, Semper Funny.
My God. What if he said Semper Funny, right?
Let's just get, oh God, I don't know his voice actor's name, but I'm going to pay him several Weibo cash to say Semper Funny.
Pay him several dozen Chinese yuan.
It makes me really sad because they have so much merch and like novels and like they have an audio drama or whatever available in China, and like you can buy it online, but only if you have Weibo Cash, like WeCash, or like China specific money transfer services. And I'm just over here like, guess I'll die.
And it's super affordable too. It's like $3 or $4 in in USD.
Wow.
But it's completely inaccessible because I don't have the yuans.
Damn.
I don't have any of the yuans.
Remember when
I don't got the yuans.
I don't got the yuans.
Remember when my dad's band went to Japan and his big oaf drummer kept calling yen yings?
Oh,
I need more yings.
My Wei Yens.
I do need more Wei Yings though. Is the thing
I need so many Wei Yings.
Anyway, I guess that's the episode.
Yeah, that's
Did
it.
you get any other
it,
questions
folks.
or?
No, those are pretty much it.
No.
Unless you guys got anything, but I mean, y'all already kind of,
Any burning questions you have that we might have, some stupid, possibly good answers to?
Any goofs?
Any cool goofs?
Not really a question.
Mm-hmm.
But a couple of weeks ago, Val and I went back and listened to Dungeons and Lesbians.
Oh, nice.
We did.
And it was really enjoyable.
Yay!
Oh,
I
thanks.
love that.
Just wanted to thank you guys for podcasting.
Thank you, girl.
Yes, you're welcome. Thank you.
It's funny because I was talking about Dungeons and Lesbians at work today in reference to one of my work friends was talking about this podcast called Dungeons and Daddies and how people were
Okay.
yeah, right. It's basically, I guess it's just basically about dads playing Dungeons and Dragons, but people were like, is this a fetish thing? And I was like,
bad name.
I sympathize, because you know what happens when you look up Dungeons and Lesbians on a place like Tumblr?
Boy.
This was
On a
pre
place like the
porn
internet,
ban.
you mean?
Yeah.
Dungeons and Lesbians, there are a bunch of people who are really, really into the whole lesbian BDSM dungeon scene, and that's all you see. So, podcasting can be dangerous, folks.
Not great SEO.
Yeah, not great
No,
SEO.
not at all.
It's very hard to optimize that SE.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so I think that's going to be episode.
Yeah, that's
more or less.
it.
Yeah. So thank you, Noisespace.xyz, for hosting, as usual.
Thank you, Matt.
Yeah, thank you,
Thank you,
Matt of
you, Matt.
Noisespace.xyz sect.
Yeah.
You can go to Noisespace and listen to a bunch of good shows.
Yes, you can.
You can find me and Alex on Henry Kissinger's Pokemon Going to Die. Not a
threat.
just a fact.
Just a fact.
Yeah.
Fun fact. This is actually a fact. I spent 6 hours straight listening to HKIP at work today.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's
I
practice.
love that.
That sounds exhausting.
It was pretty good. I enjoy listening to my pals goof on Ben Shapiro, so it was pretty fun for me.
There's also Jurgenit.
There's also
Hell
Jurgenit.
yes,
There
there's
is.
Jurgen it.
There's also the episode of Jurgenit that I was on. recently.
Yeah.
In which
And there's
episode is that?
Baiting. And there's the I don't remember.
There's City Girls Make Do.
Yeah.
And there's the Stick.
Fear baiting.
Their pal Eden.
Mm-hmm.
The stick is great.
The
Stick
Stick.
is very
If you remember Homestar Runner from back in the day.
Y'all remember Homestar?
Fellas, hit like if you remember.
Hit like.
That's
Smash
it.
that like.
Smash that like.
Alex, is Hamsteak a Noisespace joint or is it a Noisespace affiliate?
It's
I'm blanking.
I mean it's an affiliate.
Okay.
If it does come back in a more permanent capacity, it will probably be moving to MySpace. No, that's not the one.
Absolutely, bring it back.
We are going all in on MySpace. I really believe
yeah.
that it is going to come back around.
We are
29
reinvesting
days
in
a year.
Bitcoin. We are back on MySpace.
I'm about to make a Zanga for the Cloud Recesses podcast.
Gotta cover all bases.
A live journal group.
Podcasting is forbidden in the live journal.
Oh man, I'm gonna make so many fucking Lanchan avatars.
Oh my
Just
god.
you wait.
You
Whole
gotta-
pack of them.
Yeah, put up that icon pack, that avatar pack.
It's
The
it's
official-
like a screenshot of Lanchan and he's holding up that like. You remember that picture of Sasuke where he's holding up that sign that says "Sorry, girls, I'm gay."
God.
It's that, but Lanchan.
Uh-huh.
Exactly.
It's that, but it's a cornetto.
Sorry, girls, I'm Cornetto.
When I'm Cornetto?
When I'm Cornetto?
When I'm
Cersei.
Cornetto?
Cersei was Cornetto.
Oh shit! We cracked it.
When there was some point where we were talking about the mom character, and you were like, she was just being pragmatic. I did think Cersei was pragmatic right till the end of
Cersei was pragmatic.
gregarious.
She was gregarious.
Madam Yu was being gregarious. She was.
You can't blame her. She was penguin.
She was Gogurt.
Cersei was indoctrination.
Kinda, yeah.
She was, though, actually, also.
Listen to post Game of Thrones.
Please.
Anyway,
All 69 nice episodes of it.
all
It's
69
complete
nice
now,
episodes.
so if you're a completionist, you won't be disappointed.
One thing I can plug, I guess, is I last week made a commemorative thank you for
Yeah.
Pigot that Val and Roy joined me for.
Yep.
And you can find that somewhere.
Yeah.
Eddie posted the clip on his Twitter, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can listen to Brooks and Eddie react to it in live time.
Yes, go to Eddie's Twitter and look at that. It's good.
I definitely did not cry during it.
Roy, your thing specifically, partly through was a big hot spear to the center of my chest, where my heart is.
Listen, I'm just being candid.
I was like, when I'm emotional?
Cersei was
I-
candid.
Cersei was candid.
We have to stop this. We have to quit. We have to stop it. I can't do it. I don't have the strength.
We're the only ones with the power.
Cersei was Craig Leave.
She was Gorgon.
Cersei was gargantuan. Anyway, you can find us, the podcast, on all of your podcasting things, iTunes, whatever else. Oh, well, iTunes is going away, so I guess not that. We're on all podcast things, so you can download us and like and subscribe and review and rate and all of those things.
Please do that. Please engage with us. We're so thirsty. You need to feed us.
You do
water
need,
us,
you
please.
do need to water us.
You don't have to use your pee, but it is preferred.
You can.
Sorry. Oh, God.
That's a good
Speak
time
for yourself.
to mention it. Yeah.
Using your pee is permitted in the cloud recesses.
Please say sorry.
Perhaps. Please. You can join our Discord where there's, I'm pretty sure, a lot less pee talk than we're making right now.
Not if I can help it.
I'm just banning you. Fallon forbidden in the cloud recesses.
Oh, shit. Oh,
Yeah.
man. Me and Wayne with Sean. Isn't that great?
Yep. Sometimes you get expelled. Sometimes you talk about pee too much. That's the hidden story.
I mean, at the end of the day, my name gets written on the wall, so
There you go.
I win. Immortalized. Hello.
I'm Roy. You can find me on Twitter at Semperfunny, the good phrase that we all know and love that Solid Snake said.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty much the only place you can find me. Fallon, where are you at?
I am also on Twitter at America's Burden and also at Cool Purple Uncle, which is my MDZS side Twitter account, so I don't spam all of my lovely followers with this donghua that has cursed my dick.
It'd be like that sometimes.
Where can we find y'all on the internet machine?
I'm Alex Leafcrunch. You can find me at Leafcrunch.
Yeah.
That is her legal last name.
It is her legal last
Yeah.
I'm Val Fight Club. No.
Oh, shit! You broke the first rule, dude!
Oh, gee.
You
Oh
can't
no!
be
I
Fight
didn't
Club.
practice for hours.
Oh, nuts.
Oh my
Fuck.
god.
God!
I meant Flight Cub.
I'm Val Flight Cub.
Are you though? Are you anymore?
Don't make them have an existential crisis. We're right at the end of the episode.
I don't know who they
can't
are
knock them
anymore.
down.
My
Ledge.
Tumblr is Flight Cub, and I'm never on it anymore. And my
It's
Twitter,
okay, nobody is.
right? My Twitter is Flight Cub, so 2 B's.
Like
Excellent.
Kobaba.
Like
You know what it is? I was overthinking it, and I was thinking I have to switch where the L is, and I never say Fight Club anymore, so I just say Flight Club. So I was like, I gotta switch where the L is, and I switched it back to original.
I like it.
Oops.
Fight
it.
Cub.
Well, God, thank you guys so much for coming on here
Yeah.
and
Thanks for having
this
us.
TV show.
Our
with
pleasure.
us.
So,
Thank you for having us.
Hell
I
yeah.
enjoyed it.
You know what? We didn't ask them.
I was just about to.
Got it.
So, before y'all go, if y'all had some cool weapons, what would they be and what would you name them? Everybody got a weapon that they named in this universe.
Oh boy.
Do you have an answer for this, Alex, or should I go first?
You go ahead.
Okay. I would have a pair of magical brass knuckles
Hell yes.
and use them to punch ghosts. And I would still ride them. I would just sit on my own hands when it was cold
Sort of a cushion kind of situation.
and fly around. Yes. And they would be called... First thing I thought it was Pomp and Circumstance, but that's just because I listened to Jerk in it.
Maybe they're called Pomp and Circumstance, though.
It's really good. It's
They're
very...
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna name them what my boobs are called. So my brass knuckles are left boob and right boob.
Hell yeah.
Oh, man. If I had brass knuckles named after my boob, they would be my boobs. They would be the Thunder and the Special Man, which I think is great.
Breast knuckles.
Oh man.
Breast
knuckles.
knuckles? That's a horrifying mental image. Love it.
I think it's
God.
good, so speak for yourself.
Who has
It's
commissions
good,
open that I
actually.
can hire to draw me?
Hey! Oh, man.
All right, what about you, Alex?
Well, while you were studying the blade, I worked out at the library and I have a book of drill tweets that
Would
I
you
used-
use like a Bible?
I use cutting words over and over again.
Yeah.
Just drill tweets.
Thank God.
Please help. Your family is dying.
What would they be? What would they be called? What would it be called?
The Bible.
Okay. I have one more joke, and maybe this can be the last thing that I
Please.
say before I die.
Yes.
Hit me with
No. Just another day of working at the cloud recesses. Everyone keeps asking me if they can fuck the flag. Buddy, they won't even let me fuck it.
Nice.
There we go. That's podcast.
That's podcast. And you know what we say at the end of this podcast?
Semper Bunny.
Semper Bunny.
Semper Bunny.
folks.
Semper Bunny.
Semper Bernie.
Semper Bernie. Absolutely. Good night.
Danny DeVito said Semper Bernie.
He did.
Oh, God.
Oh, man. Semper Bunny, folks.
Semper Bunny.
Semper Bunny.
Semper Bunny.